Oh, car accident.
Motor vehicle accident or
Collision.
motor vehicle collision. Good. And somewhat related.
Multiple car collisions.
What is that, Angelica? Motorcycle, yes. So motor vehicle accident, motor vehicle collision, or motorcycle collision. So this is something you see very commonly when you have to do trauma patients.
Mm.
Okay. Somewhat related as well.
Auto collision.
Yes, an automobile hit a pedestrian.
Oh,
Autoped.
That's nice.
Someone got run over by a car, or got hit by a car. Right, it's things that you do not want to see on an order because it means someone's in a critical condition. Right. Also, somewhat related to trauma.
Gunshot.
Golden State Warriors. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Same
Yes,
thing.
gunshot wound, right? So if someone got shot, GSW, maybe status post GSW. If it was just SW,
Stab wound.
stab wound, right?
Subway.
Let's see. All right. Are you
Patient.
patient? Okay, well, not yet.
Find out. Lower.
Complaining
Lower
of.
upper quadrant.
Very good. Patient complaining of left upper quadrant pain. Right, so CO, complaining of.
Follow-up surgery.
Follow-up surgery, right? FU surgery. Okay. Okay, what about something like,
History of TB.
right, HO, history of. So history of TB.
Patient and
Agnes Medical Service.
patient with
A for allergy.
Right, so this is when you have a psychiatric patient.
Acute mental syndrome.
Close. This is altered
Oh.
Mental state.
mental status, AMS. So if you see AMS, you know that the patient is not necessarily going to be in the right state of mind. So you need to be prepared for anything to happen.
So that could be drugs, alcohol, criminal.
Correct, any of them.
So I have a question.
Yes, Shaki.
Are these abbreviations so that the patient cannot read, or is it because just for short form? Or so that the other people cannot understand it?
This is usually just short form. Doctors
Just
don't
short
feel
form.
like typing all this.
Not for privacy or for security.
I mean, maybe that's a nice secondary effect, but the primary purpose is to just make things shorter. Right? Doctors like to shorten as much as possible. They don't like typing things out. Let's see.
Patient
Against
left
medical advice.
Right, patient left against medical advice. Alright, great. So these are some examples of abbreviations that you will see on maybe a daily basis when you are in clinic. So next semester, when you go to clinic, please pay attention. Right? Please pay attention to your reasons for exam. Not only should you know what exam you are doing, you should know why you are doing the exam. Right? Especially since you should also be doing your AIDIT. Right? can't do your agent if you don't know why you're doing the exam on the patient. So always pay attention to these. All right, so do you want to take a short break, or do we want to just finish up and end a bit early?
The latter.
Just finish up.
Just finish? All right. So in that case, let's talk. Well, let me see. How many slides?
It says it's so phrasing. So let's take a quick.
Okay, it's not too many.
Just clear for
Alright, so,
tables.
this is, so let's talk about the exam.
Next
So-
week exam or the extra credit?
Extra credit.
Oh.
Okay, so I am considering giving you all the options for extra credit. Okay, this extra credit assignment will be up to 10 additional points onto your exam grade. Okay, so your chapter 2 exam grade, whatever you got, 10 extra points on top of that. Okay. So, what do you need to do? Right. What I'm going to ask you to do is you're going to go back through Unit 2, which was chapter, and I'll send this out on email as well, 5, 6, 9, 10. And then I am going to ask you to create 10 multiple choice questions based off the material. Okay. So, for these questions, must have 4 answer choices. Only one choice should be correct. Please mark the correct choice and explain why it is correct. Please also explain why the other 3 choices are
That would be too long, sir.
correct.
Extra credit.
So if you don't wanna do it, then
You don't do it.
You don't have
Then
to.
you keep your test grade. Right?
Please don't complain. Please don't take this from me.
Right? These bonus points, right, are not given out for free. I need you to go through the effort of doing this. Right? And I will explain my reasoning once I finish typing this out. Okay? Questions and answers must be must have proper grammar. Right? They should not be copied, pasted from sections of the book or the PowerPoint. Or because I know how you guys think.
You were there once, huh?
I was.
Or the
So-
test, or the. and then
So let me explain why we are doing this. Because so far, you are looking at the material from the eyes of the student, right? The questions you've asked me, right? Even today, I've had questions like, will this be on the test? Do you think this is going to be important for the test, right? So I am now going to ask you to try and look at things from my point of view as an instructor and as a test maker. So it is now up to you to decide, does this information seem like it is relevant? How can I ask about this information, right? I need to be able to take a piece of information and ask a question in such a way that there is only one correct answer. And then I need to find 3 other answers which sound like they could be correct, but are not. And I will list the reasons why they cannot be the correct answer. Okay? Does that make sense? Right? By doing that, right, by looking at things from a different point of view, right, you're going to see this material from a new light, and hopefully, right, if there's something you don't quite understand, you will be able to see the parts you don't understand, because you will have material, you will want to write a question on it, and you say, well, I actually don't know how to write a question on this because I don't get this material 100%. And at that point, you know what you need to study.
So I have a question.
Yes, Shaheen.
So would you let us see everybody's question before the exam?
Well,
Like
let me see everybody's question.
question that they have posted on these chapters before the exam, so that makes us good with the subject.
Well, this is for an exam that is already passed, so.
Oh, I see. But anyway, we
Different
need it for the
finals.
finals.
But yes, that's right. You could use these questions for the final. So, when you turn in these 10 questions, if I feel like you have written a good question, as in your topic is relevant, right? So you're not asking me something that is barely related to the chapter, right? You're not asking me what is the second sentence on page 64, right? But you're asking about relevant information, right? You've written a well-worded question, you've chosen good answers, right? Then I will give you 1 point for each question. That looks good, right? And then I will compile these questions together, and I will send them back out to you so that you can see what you each have written. And you can use that to create kind of like a study guide
Thanks.
for this unit.
Thanks, sir.
And hopefully, this will inspire you to do the same for future chapters as well. Right? If each person in this class wrote just 3 questions, you would already have a 50-question test. Right? 16 people in here, 3 questions. That's about 48 questions once you're all done. Right? So, if each person just wrote 3 practice questions, you would have a 50-question test to study off of. 10 questions, you have 160 questions here.
So now
Will there be some overlap? I'm
yeah,
sure there will
so
be.
rule out the overlaps.
Right?
then.
But this is a way to help yourselves, and if you decide to share these, it's a way to help your classmates as well. Only thing is, if this is a lot for me to read over and grade. So let's see, your exam is, your final, that is going to be on Wednesday, the 24th. So let's say that these need to be due to me by the 17th of next week. So next Wednesday, I'll try and look over all of them. If you can turn them in, the sooner the better, because then I can start looking over them earlier. I don't need to have 160 on one, just spread them out. And then I'll take all the good ones, and then maybe I'll send them back out to you on the 19th. So that gives you the weekend plus 2 days to study them.
So would you consider reducing it? Because there are too many, like there are.
I mean, I can reduce it, but it'll still be a point per question. So only maybe 5 bonus points?
No.
No.
Shaheen.
No. I mean, you can give 2 points per question.
No, ma'am.
Be thankful.
You don't give
Yeah, I'll
10.
take 10.
Okay, so
Shaheen.
now I'm happy.
You can do that for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
We'll take the same point.
yeah.
I know, we can just study for unit 3 and then if you don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.